If you're a parent, you know that if your child fails during sports day, you have to pretend that's okay. Even though you're actually utterly ashamed that this spawn you whipped out couldn't even win an egg and spoon race, you can't let the kid know that. The kid will grow up all sad and it'll probably turn out to be a serial killer or something. However, when we remove the human equation from proceedings, we can throw shade at whatever we want, and that's why it disgusts me to tell you that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a game where a dinosaur drives a karty kart, is better than every single PC game ever released. Even though that intro only lasts about 5 seconds, I know you spent it doing this.
That motherfucker! He said what? He said what? I can't believe what this guy said!
For starters, you've let yourself down. You could have used that time to have done something more productive as opposed to rage as if Steam had stopped working. Steam's not gonna stop working. You think Valve wants to stop conning you out of cash? Of course not. But back to the matter at hand. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the latest game for the Nintendo Switch, that's also an old game for the Nintendo Wii U, and pretty much the same game that came out on the Nintendo Wii, is fantastic. And when I say fantastic, I mean fantastic. Aside from transporting you to a colourful world where turtles and princess race for supremacy by throwing shells at each other, which makes perfect sense, the minute-to-minute gameplay has more intensity than when I go squatting in the gym. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is fast, thrilling, competitive, and although visually it looks like a baby threw up on it, that doesn't hold it back from being an accessible pot of gold. It's the last part we have to focus on specifically too. Accessibility, e.g. the art of making something more welcoming for a larger crowd. So not like your bedroom with the crumbs and that weird poster of Tracer and that corner you hope no one ever goes into because you know what you do in that corner. Taking that word and applying it to PC games, good grief, could they learn a thing or two from this? Nearly every personal computer title is the equivalent of trying to untie a pair of shoes if your hands are turned to jelly. And not proper jelly either, that shit is full of sugar. I am talking about the low-cal stuff they do, but either way, the consistency and the texture is the same. Imagine your hands were made of that, all wibbly and wobbly, and the laces like rope made from steel. That ain't working, Sonny Jim. The point being, they're not accessible at all. Usually asking you to use at least 56,978 buttons on a keyboard while also assaulting a mouse with your other hand, they're so aimed at nerds and people who want such equipment to light up red when they turn on, it's almost embarrassing. It's great that you get to click away in your lane while leveling up your characters, but this form of entertainment is so insular, you may as well be living in communist China. Try setting up a capitalist empire there, you Poindexter. You will fail, much like a casual gamer will fail when they sit down to try and understand a PC game. And then there's the color scheme of these things. Hullabalooza, Batman. What on earth? Do designers who are creating such blobs of goo realize that a palette can contain more than just black and grey? Are they so miserable they decided to dedicate their lives to such geekdom they can't even be bothered to research the color yellow? It's not hard. Look how easy it is. That's yellow, you jackass. It's the color of the sun. But you wouldn't know that because you never leave your damn geek house and go outside. Geek house. Or geese. Yeah, leave your geese. Mario Kart doesn't forget the color yellow though. Mario Kart looks like it married the color yellow and then boinked it. What that has to do with this, I don't know, but it does establish the fact that Mario Kart is very fond of the color yellow. Let's move on. This whole situation plummets further too, because there ain't no way anyone is winning a PC multiplayer game unless they've given up food, relaxation and sex in favor of just playing this hunk of junk over and over and over and over again. Only then will you actually start to get how the thing works and be able to compete. In Mario Kart, you can be dead last and have one lap to go, and then get a blue shell, a banana skin, and this like star thing that goes dad 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 la dad la la dad 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 la dad la la dad 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 la dad la la dad 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 la dad la la, and then you win. You find yourself winning. Not only does that make you feel good in your bones, but it makes you want to keep playing, gives you that satisfaction that's needed so you don't feel like you're wasting your life. Now think what happens when you put this fresh-faced warrior in front of Dota 2. Exactly. In case you've been shaking your head throughout this going,
none of this is true. This guy's an asshole. I'm gonna hit the dislike button because I'm really wound up by what he said.
I have one last piece of irrefutable evidence that will shut you up and prove you wrong. Mario Kart has a character in it that's a giant gorilla, and that gorilla wears a tie. Case closed.
Now I know you enjoyed that, so why don't you give a little something back to PCGamesN and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, and then go share it on your social network of choice.